I must be the most pathetic villain in the world. All I have to do is lie low until the finale without getting killed by the protagonist, and I'll get $1 billion. But who would have thought that the protagonist's harem would start flocking around me every day? Are they trying to get me killed faster? And this is all because they can hear my thoughts, a fact I'm completely oblivious to. Today is the day the protagonist, Rex Hunter, is supposed to stand up and protect Chloe Winters during our engagement announcement. I'm supposed to act all cocky, get a leg broken by him for my troubles, and then disappear for a few days to recover, while Rex captures Chloe's heart. I splashed my face with water, staring at my reflection in the mirror and gritting my teeth. This time, I'm going to survive to the very end, take the system's reward, and go home to pay for my mom's treatment. After calming myself down, I walked out of the restroom. As soon as I stepped out, I saw Chloe Winters waiting for me by the door. The eldest daughter of the Winters family, the young CEO of Vanguard Group, and the goddess I had been simping for 3 years. There was no doubt she was the primary female lead, and her most important label was Rex Hunter's woman. I forced a smile. I'm not going to get engaged to you, so you can just give up on that idea. I chuckled, thinking to myself, lady, please, give me a break. Get engaged to you? I'd like to live a few more years. Thank you very much. She's got a great body and a gorgeous face, but it's a shame she's such a brainless female lead, easily tricked by Rex Hunter until her IQ drops to 0, perfectly willing to join his harem. Once Rex Hunter gets Chloe, he basically gets the Winters family too. It's a pity the Winters' generations of wealth will all end up in the hands of that guy. I said with a smile, I agree. You agree. Chloe was stunned. Something wasn't right. He hadn't moved his mouth, so how had he said so much? She had only heard him physically say the words, I agree. So what were all those other sentences? Besides, he had been a complete simp for her for 3 whole years. In those 3 years, she had tried everything, but he just wouldn't let go, clinging to her like a shameless dog. When his reputation went down the drain, he used his family's power to get their parents involved, forcing this engagement on her today. What was going on with him now? Chloe, I've thought it through. We really aren't a good match. Let's just be regular friends from now on. Now hurry up and go join your Rex Hunter's harem. You and 999 other women can all fawn over that man and lick his boots. This time, Chloe was certain she could hear his thoughts. What, me licking someone's boots? And serving one man alongside 999 other women? Who did he think she was? How could she ever debase herself like that? What on earth was going on in this idiot's head? Wait a minute, Rex Hunter? That security guard I hired a few days ago? Me, Chloe Winters, simping for him? You've got to be kidding me, Ethan Carter. Chloe's expression grew more and more furious as she stared daggers at the man in front of her, wishing she could just lunge forward and bite his head off. I was taken aback, thinking, what's wrong with this dumb woman? I'm already calling off the engagement. Why is she still so mad? But she's Rex Hunter's woman, so I absolutely can't afford to offend her. Luckily, these female leads are all a bit dim-witted, so she should be easy to placate. I quickly put on a smile and said, let's go explain things to our elders. Come on, after you. Chloe stormed into the room, her chest heaving with anger. So that's how it is. 3 years, 3 whole years. You sent me gifts every day and constantly showered me with attention. Was all that fawning and simping a complete lie? Now you're calling me a dumb woman in your head, saying I'm dim-witted, and acting like you can't wait to be a million miles away from me. What do you take me for? I'm gonna see exactly what kind of game you're playing. Walking behind her, I thought, perfect, perfect. 3 years of effort down the drain. As long as I break off the engagement with this silly woman, with my status as a villain, I can find 10 or 20 beautiful girls to keep me happy anywhere I go. She enjoys being in a harem, what can I do? It's her destiny. I have to cut ties with this stupid woman, absolutely no loose ends. Chloe couldn't stand it anymore. She stopped abruptly and turned to glare at me. I immediately broke into a smile. Are you worried I'm tricking you? I, Ethan Carter, swear on my life, I won't pull any tricks. When I say we're calling off the engagement, we're calling it off. And I promise I will never bother you again. In fact, it'll be hard for you to even see me again. From this point on, we'll have nothing to do with each other. We'll just disappear from each other's lives, vanish. Aren't you happy? Chloe was about to explode with rage. What's this now? I, Chloe Winters, used to be your goddess, and now I'm treated like dirt? You're that annoyed with me? So annoyed you can't stand another 15 minutes? This jerk, he's making me furious. Just then, the main doors opened, and members of both the Winters and Carter families saw us facing off in the doorway. Oh dear, are you two fighting again? Exactly, come inside and talk. Don't just stand there in the doorway. I walked in and shook hands with Chloe's parents. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Winters. Then, addressing everyone, Mr. and Mrs. Winters, Dad, Mom, Chloe and I have discussed it, and we've decided not to get engaged. I put on a sincere expression and continued, Chloe is strong, independent, smart, and decisive. She deserves to find someone who is a better match for her, someone who truly understands her. Most importantly, that person should be the one she genuinely loves with all her heart. We should support her and wish her well. I feigned a look of sorrow and beat my chest. Even though I like her, love her, and cherish her more than myself, true love is about letting go and wanting the best for the other person. I was almost moved by my own performance. Everyone froze. Edward Carter didn't believe for a second that his son could be so reasonable. The little rascal was definitely up to something. I was quite pleased with my acting. Poor Winter's family, generations of wealth, all going to that Rex Hunter. These wealthy families are really something else. They're fine with their daughter joining a harem, and they'll even hand over their billion-dollar fortune. They're all completely nuts. Chloe didn't know why she could suddenly hear his thoughts, but it seemed he knew something incredible. If things were to go as he predicted, the plot would be absolutely ridiculous. Her joining a harem? For a bodyguard she hired just a few days ago? She couldn't let Ethan Carter off the hook. He was definitely up to something. I was still putting on a show, passionately explaining that I was refusing the engagement because of my noble character and integrity, because I genuinely wanted what was best for Chloe and the Winters family. Chloe stood right beside me, watching my performance with a cold fury, feeling like she was about to burst. Everyone was baffled. Edward Carter looked at Chloe. "Chloe, dear, what are your thoughts?" Chloe gave a slight smile. "Mr. and Mrs. Carter, Dad, Mom, I agree to the engagement with Ethan." I turned my head to look at Chloe as if I'd seen a ghost. Her expression was icy, and there was even a hint of a provocative sneer on her lips. The entire room fell silent. What is happening? What in the world is happening? For 3 years, I clung to Chloe like a leech, using every trick in the book to drive away any man who got near her, all to have her for myself. And during those 3 years, Chloe would explode at the mere mention of our engagement, acting as if she'd rather die. And now our roles are reversed. I don't want to marry her, and suddenly she agrees? I'm going to lose my mind. I stared at Chloe in shock, thinking, "Lady, what are you doing? What's this about agreeing to the engagement? You're supposed to be in Rex Hunter's harem. You're supposed to be licking his boots. If you do this, Rex Hunter is going to kill me. That guy has been scheming to get close to you, playing dumb to make a big move at the critical moment, flexing to make you and your family like him. Then you're supposed to give yourself to him, and your family's fortune becomes his. Just stick to the damn script." Chloe looked at me with a cold smirk. "You want to call off the engagement? Did you ask for my permission? You've disgusted me for 3 years, and now you think you can just walk away? And you're so sure I'm going to join some bodyguard's harem? Today, I'm going to make you squirm. I'd like to see just how this Rex Hunter plans to pull me into his harem." The parents from both families started chatting excitedly, discussing wedding plans, their future life together, and who would babysit the grandchildren. I pulled Chloe aside. "Chloe, are you feeling all right in the head today?" "Humph. I think you're the one who's not acting normal." I tried to calm myself. Okay, let's not argue. But this engagement, we really can't go through with it." Chloe felt a sense of victory. For 3 years, she had been powerless against this scoundrel. He was shameless, undignified, a total leech who would resort to any dirty trick. She was truly sick to death of him. Now, seeing him sweating and spinning in circles with anxiety, she felt a soaring sense of satisfaction. "That's right, I'm going to have you wrapped around my little finger. You scum. Just you? Are you doing this because of pressure from our parents? Think about it. Am I annoying? Annoying. Am I detestable? Detestable. Am I disgusting? Extremely disgusting. Then you still want to get engaged to me? Humph. Yes." I stared at her in shock, suddenly feeling like I didn't know this woman at all. By now, the two families had finished their discussion and excitedly ushered us into the small garden. My mind was a complete blank the whole time. Standing on the stage with Chloe, I was still thinking, isn't this it? Am I screwed? In a few minutes, Rex Hunter is going to rush out, break my leg, and snatch Chloe away. Is this a fate I can't escape? Even though I know what's going to happen, am I powerless to stop it? Chloe is acting so strangely. Doesn't she despise me? What is going on today? Chloe narrowed her eyes, listening to my thoughts, and felt even more shocked. Not only could she hear this guy's inner voice, but he also seemed to know what was going to happen next. Would Rex Hunter really stand up and object? Distinguished guests, on behalf of the Carter and Winters families, I am here today to announce some momentous news. The eldest son of the Carter family, Ethan Carter, and the eldest daughter of the Winters family, Chloe Winters, will hold their engagement ceremony on the 10th of next month. I object. Just then, a security guard stepped out from the crowd. It was the novel's official male protagonist, Rex Hunter. The MC glanced at him. "Someone get this low-level security guard out of here." The moment I saw Rex Hunter, my legs turned to jelly, and I instinctively took a step back. Chloe looked at me, utterly shocked. He had been right. Rex Hunter walked up to the MC, who tried to push him away, only to be thrown off the stage. "Rex Hunter, what are you doing?" Rex grabbed Chloe's shoulders with both hands. "Chloe, don't worry. I will never allow anyone to force you into this. Your destiny should be in your own hands." Frankly, if the plot had gone according to plan, with me being a shameless pest, the Carters throwing their weight around, and her own parents pushing for this marriage of convenience, Chloe would have been surprised and moved by Rex Hunter's intervention. This bodyguard had indeed performed exceptionally during an incident a few days ago, his skills impressing her enough to make him her personal bodyguard. Over the past few days, her opinion of him had been steadily improving. But with my mental commentary providing a prelude, the whole situation felt different. Now, Chloe only saw him as a schemer who had gotten close to her to plot against her family's fortune. He was insidious and disgusting, even more disgusting than me. Chloe slapped his hands away. Rex Hunter, you are just my bodyguard. My family's affairs are none of your business. Chloe, I know you're scared, but don't worry. With me here today, no one can force you into this marriage. I nodded. Of course, you're so damn impressive. You must have a lot more righteous words to say, right? Go on. As the great Titan, you have to let everyone know you're on the side of justice. Let the show begin. The so-called for great families of Aspen, instead of earning profits through legitimate means, you resort to sacrificing a young woman's happiness for a business alliance. Have you no shame? Do you even care about Chloe's happiness at all? I clapped for Rex Hunter from behind. Beautiful. Chloe, it's your turn. Cry for me. He's laid it on so thick. It's unbelievable if you're not moved. Seriously, just cry. Chloe looked at me, her icy gaze burning with the fire of humiliation and anger. Seeing her fierce expression, I awkwardly lowered my hands and pretended to look elsewhere. Rex Hunter continued, Mr. and Mrs. Winters, Chloe is your own daughter. Can you really bear to push her into a pit of fire? Everyone in Aspen knows what kind of person I am, right? Marrying your daughter to such scum. Don't you feel even a shred of heartache or regret? Chloe shouted angrily, is it a bodyguard's place to manage my affairs? You're fired. Now, please leave. Rex Hunter was also stunned. Something seemed off. This wasn't how things were supposed to go. Murmurs rose from the crowd. So disrespectful, crashing a private family celebration like this. He just looks like a creep. With an attitude like that, he thinks he has a shot with the Winters' daughter? He should take a good look in the mirror. Man, that guy seems so greasy. I was getting incredibly nervous. Why are you all yelling so loud? Once you've provoked him enough, he's going to start fighting. Everyone, just calm down. Just then, a burly man from the Carter family rushed forward and grabbed Rex Hunter by the collar. Hey kid, today is a big day for our young master. Are you looking for trouble? See this? A fist the size of a sandbag. Ever seen one before? Rex Hunter sneered. Just a mere mortal. I could end your life with a flick of my finger. Rex closed his eyes and tilted his head up. The first battle to make my name is about to begin. Honor, dignity, and beautiful women. From this moment on, they will all be mine. Rex Hunter took a deep breath, his eyes snapping open as an aura of pure dominance surrounded him. Since you want to fight, I'll show you what it means when a Titan returns. Today, I will. Hey! With a thud, the big guy in front of him vanished. Looking down, I saw that I had tackled the big guy and pinned him to the ground. He struggled, trying to get up and fight Rex Hunter, but I held him down tight, the two of us rolling around in a heap. My man, calm down, calm down. I quickly tried to soothe him. I had to calm him down. He was supposed to be the first sacrifice for the protagonist today. The protagonist would take him out in one move, and then it would be my leg's turn. I was on the verge of tears. My friend, it's not worth it. It's not worth it. Do it for me. The guy froze for a second. Mr. Carter? You're calling me your friend. I had been wrestling with him for a while and was exhausted. Panting, I said, yes, my friend, for life. The guy was so moved his face was covered in tears. Someone of Mr. Carter's status is calling me a friend. Today, I'll get rid of this punk for you, Mr. Carter. Rex Hunter shouted excitedly. All right, come on, make a move. I held the guy down and gritted my teeth. If you're my friend, don't move. As expected, the guy instantly stopped struggling. Chloe yelled at Rex Hunter. Haven't you caused enough trouble? Get out. I told you to get out. Rex Hunter was completely shocked. Has the Carter family threatened you, Chloe? Don't worry. The Carters are nothing but ants in my eyes. Chloe felt sick to her stomach. The line was so cheesy. Rex Hunter, you've been fired. You can collect 3 months' salary. Now leave immediately. I don't want to waste another word on you. I understand now. Chloe is being threatened by the Carter family. She doesn't know that I'm a returned Titan, and she's afraid I'll be hurt by their power. So she's pretending to break with me, sacrificing herself to protect me. I'm so moved. My woman truly has courage. It wasn't just him. Now even I was thinking that. I was having a mental breakdown. Lady, you don't have to protect him like this. I'll be good. I promise I won't cause any trouble for you too. I'm begging you, just go with him. It would be best if I'm not in the rest of the story. I really can't afford to get involved with you guys. Chloe looked at me, lying on the ground with a crying security guard pinned beneath me, and suddenly found him ridiculous. In all these years, she had never noticed any good qualities in him, but today, his anxious and disheveled state was, for some reason, rather comically endearing. For the first time in a while, Chloe genuinely smiled. Ethan, you can get up now. Rex turned his head and shot me a murderous glare. Crap, you've got to be kidding me. He hates me for this too? I didn't do anything. Just then, a large group of security guards rushed over from a distance. Boys, someone's trying to steal our young master's woman. Get him. A crowd of them charged over, brandishing their batons. I was stunned. He's a titan. You guys are just experience points for him. Stop making trouble for me. After he's done with you, my leg is next. Good heavens. Is this level really that hard to clear? The Titan Rex Hunter really wanted to fight. This was his chance to show off his power. But that damn Ethan Carter, why wasn't he flexing back? He was pulling and pushing, single-handedly holding back a dozen of his own men, working up a sweat. Was it really necessary? Just let them come. Please, I'm desperate for these experience points. If I don't get this fight, my day will be ruined. I had also made up my mind. I will not let you farm experience points. No matter what. Not today. In the future, you can be the sky, you can be a god, whatever you say goes, I won't argue. If you can take Chloe, take her. If you can't, that's your problem. Just leave me out of it. Rex was about to lose his mind. Mr. Carter, do you have a problem with me? After finally calming everyone down, I spread my arms to block the guards. No, I'm great. I'm ecstatic. I think you and Chloe are a perfect match. Send me an invitation when you get married. I'll give you a big gift. Rex Hunter was bursting with energy he couldn't release, pacing anxiously. Why don't you just let them come? They're trying to stand up for you after all. No, don't you worry. As long as I'm here today, not a single one of them will get past me. I turned to my bodyguards and yelled, whoever makes a move, I'll kill them myself. Chloe understood now. It seemed he really could predict future events. And the entire dynamic of the situation had changed. Now it looked like I was desperately trying to keep the peace, while Rex Hunter seemed determined to stir up trouble. Chloe had seen through Rex Hunter's facade. Rex Hunter, that's enough. Get out. Get out right now, or I'm calling the police. Rex Hunter's face was ashen. I, a magnificent returning titan, have never been so humiliated, not even in the furthest reaches of the world. Fine, I'll go. But Chloe, please believe me. In the future, no matter when, no matter where, no matter what danger you face, I will stand up for you, even if it means making an enemy of the entire world. Chloe fought back her nausea and pointed toward the exit. Rex Hunter was left speechless, his face turning dark as he spun around and shot me a vicious glare. I wanted to cry but had no tears. I thought cautiously, it's really not my fault. I don't get it either. You must be pretty frustrated. Huh? Rex snorted and walked away with a dark expression. I nearly threw up in the restroom. After several transmigrations, I've summarized the 3 iron laws of villain survival. First, never try to show off or argue with the protagonist. That's the fastest way to get yourself killed. Who is the protagonist? Do you think he'll tolerate you acting cocky? He wants to take you down even when you're not showing off. If you do, he'll annihilate you. Second, don't touch the protagonist's women. Stay as far away from them as possible. Those brain-dead women are poison. When the protagonist is killing you, they'll just clap, praise his heroic invincibility, and throw themselves into his arms. Third, absolutely do not do anything evil. If the protagonist catches you doing something evil, that look Rex Hunter gave me just now said he wanted to strangle me. After my little outburst, I became a coward again. Please, just figure out a way to get them together already. If this keeps up, you two are going to be the death of me. In Edward Carter's study, Edward wore a stern expression. Sit. I sat down stiffly. What's going on? What are you plotting now? Nothing, I said, completely bewildered. You think you can fool me? Do you think I don't know what you're made of? Edward said with authority. Let me tell you, you'd better get your act together and treat Chloe well, or I won't let you off easy. She's not going to marry me. Everyone in Aspen knows how much she can't stand me. Then why did she suddenly do a 180 today and agree to the marriage? I honestly don't know. I'm just as confused. And why did you suddenly get on your high horse and decide you didn't want the marriage? Because of my great love for humanity. Edward narrowed his eyes. You're becoming more and more shameless. I was so frustrated I couldn't even be bothered to speak. Take a gift with you. You're going to visit your godfather in a little while. I paused. My godfather? Right, the basic setup of this book. Aspen has 4 major families, the Carters, the Andersons, the Sterlings, and the Winters. The Carters are the most powerful, followed by the Andersons and the Sterlings. The Winters family almost collapsed due to poor management in recent years. Fortunately, Chloe took over in the midst of the crisis, worked tirelessly for 2.5 years to turn a profit, and stabilize the family's business, saving them from bankruptcy. That's why the Winters family is so eager for this marriage. It's not that they don't know about my character, but right now, the only family in Aspen with the ability and willingness to save them is the Carters. So, for the sake of their family's interests, they have to go through with the marriage, even though they secretly look down on me. This is the ridiculous part of this book. My villain persona is almost perfect. Tall, handsome, from a wealthy family, successful at a young age, brilliant, leading the Carter Corporation through thick and thin in the business world. But this man, who would be at the top of the food chain in the real world, is nothing but a simp for the female lead, Chloe Winters. Everything is set up to make it more satisfying when the protagonist steps all over me. The more outstanding the villain, the more satisfying it is for the protagonist to crush him. To survive, I have to avoid all conflict with the protagonist, and the primary conflict is my relationship with Chloe. I have to stay far, far away from her. As long as I can make it to the finale, I can return to my reality with a huge reward, become rich and handsome, marry my first love, reach the pinnacle of life, and also cure my mom's illness. The Carter family has been operating in Aspen for a long time and has good relationships with the Anderson, Sterling, and Winters families. My father, Edward, is especially close to the patriarch of the Anderson family, even becoming his godson, which makes him my godfather. Recently, my godfather, Mr. Anderson, has been bedridden. Everyone from the Carter family has visited except for me, the playful wanderer. I'll just drop off the gift, say hello, and then get out of there. Yes, that's the plan. The Anderson estate. I entered the old man's sick room and made some small talk. Just as I was trying to think of an excuse to leave, the butler came in and announced, "Sir, the young lady of the Sterling family is here. The young master has also returned, and he's brought someone with him, a supposed miracle doctor." Mr. Anderson was surprised. Isn't Crystal Sterling already a renowned medical expert? Why would Mark bring another miracle doctor? In any case, let them all in. When I heard that, I cursed inwardly. Damn you, system, are you messing with me? I can't even dodge this? This is clearly a later plot point. Crystal Sterling is supposed to fail to cure him, leaving Mr. Anderson on the brink of death. Then, Rex Hunter steps in to save the day, and Crystal is so impressed by his masterful medical skills that she falls for him. Mr. Anderson is eternally grateful, which later leads to a romance between Rex Hunter, the Anderson's daughter, and the talented Crystal Sterling. I have no part in this storyline. What am I doing here? It's not even giving me time to escape. I quickly stood up. Godfather, you get some rest. I have something urgent at the company, so I have to go. HM? Don't you go. Damn it, the old Mr. Anderson likes me too much, but I don't feel much for him. According to the plot, I'm supposed to exploit the old man's trust later on to screw over the Anderson family. Then Rex Hunter will emerge to save them and punish me again. But before that, Mr. Anderson trusts me completely. Of course, if he didn't trust me, how could I possibly screw him over? And if I don't screw him over, how can Rex Hunter have a reason to cripple me? And if Rex Hunter doesn't cripple me, how can he win the hearts of Crystal Sterling and the Anderson girl? The protagonist needs to get the girls. Am I, a classic villain, supposed to contribute to the protagonist's romantic conquests? I refuse. I screamed internally. I will defy fate. My destiny is my own to control. I looked around for a back door to slip out of. Mr. Anderson held on to me, and I tried to push his hand away with a forced smile. Godfather, you'll be fine. I have to go. Let go. From an angle where no one could see, I started slapping the old man's hand. Let go, let go, let go. Why won't you let go? Just then, Crystal Sterling walked in. Ethan Carter, Mr. Anderson likes you the most, and you're already trying to leave after just 5 minutes? That's so heartless. I saw Crystal, and then I saw Mark Anderson walk in with Rex Hunter. The moment Rex saw me, he narrowed his eyes, his hatred palpable. As the saying goes, a good villain is one that people hate to their very core at first glance. I glanced at Crystal Sterling. What a perfect young woman. She was petite but well-proportioned, with delicate and adorable features that were exquisitely refined. The key thing was, despite her small frame, she was surprisingly well endowed. She was wearing a schoolgirl uniform that made her look youthful and charming, especially with the white cotton thigh-high socks on her slender legs. It was a unique kind of allure. Crystal greeted Mr. Anderson gently and began to examine him. This girl didn't grow taller, all her growth went to her chest. She's going to be a heartbreaker for sure. Definitely something to look forward to. Crystal turned her head. What did you say? I didn't say anything. You did. You pervert. Mark Anderson quickly interjected. Crystal, what are you doing? Mr. Carter didn't say a word. Crystal paused, wondering if she was hearing things. She shot me a glare and turned back to examine Mr. Anderson. Ah, she's bending over. What a charmingly small curve. A killer body, and she knows how to rock a uniform. Isn't this just amazing? Rex Hunter is one lucky bastard. Crystal spun around again, glaring at me furiously. I froze. Crystal slowly looked at the others. Why did everyone look like they hadn't heard his nonsense? And the voice didn't sound like it was spoken aloud. Could it be his inner thoughts? Just as I was thinking about Crystal, I felt a chill on the back of my neck. I turned to see Rex Hunter staring at me. Crystal felt that something was strange, but no one would believe her if she tried to explain it. After finishing her examination, Crystal smiled and said, Mr. Anderson, it's just a few blocked blood vessels. I'll clear them with some acupuncture needles. Just relax. Rex Hunter spoke up. Little lady, I'm afraid it's not that simple. Crystal stood up and looked at Rex Hunter. And who are you? Mark Anderson immediately introduced him. I forgot to introduce you. This is my good friend, Rex Hunter. He's a brilliant doctor. I brought him here specifically to treat my grandfather. I know all the famous doctors in the United States, and I've never heard of a young miracle doctor named Rex Hunter. Grandpa's health is paramount. Mark, you shouldn't just trust anyone. Ha ha ha, Rex Hunter said. Little lady, as they say, true masters don't show off. You shouldn't underestimate people. Just as Crystal was about to speak, she heard my inner monologue. That's right, this is the rhythm. Just keep it going. You're going to take the half-dead Mr. Anderson and make him fully dead, and then the great hero Rex Hunter will step in to save the day. Your little confrontation just now was just the prelude to some flirting. After this, you'll fall for him, willingly join his harem, and become besties with Chloe Winters. Crystal turned to look at me, her face pale with anger. What nonsense. My medical skills would fail? I'd make Mr. Anderson worse? And I'm supposed to join this arrogant blowhard's harem? With Chloe Winters? Who does Chloe Winters think she is? With that stuck-up face, looking down on everyone. She's so annoying. Me in a harem with her? Shut your mouth. I was stunned. Everyone was stunned. I pointed at Rex Hunter. He's over there. I'm talking to you. I was about to cry. I didn't say a single thing. Ask anyone. Rex burst out laughing. Little lady, I'm afraid no one in this entire country, no, in all of America, can cure the old man's illness except for me, Rex Hunter. Crystal was about to be driven mad by these two. One was endlessly muttering in her head, and the other was being sarcastic and long-winded out loud. Each one was more annoying than the last. When I'm performing acupuncture, I need both of you to be quiet. Crystal shot a glare at both of us and then began to focus on treating Mr. Anderson. I shook my head from the back of the room. What a pity. The 9 needles technique is a superior method, but the little lady is being too conservative, avoiding 2 major acupoints. This oversight is what's going to lead to Mr. Anderson waving hello to the Grim Reaper. I'll just wait for Rex Hunter to step in at the critical moment and save the day, and for Crystal to be completely in awe of him. Sigh, what a shame. A talented young doctor, famous at such a young age, is going to end up in Rex Hunter's harem. Crystal's heart skipped a beat. This jerk actually knows about medicine? She had deliberately used the gentlest needling method and avoided the 2 most dangerous acupoints, and he could tell? When did he become so knowledgeable about medicine? Sure enough, Mr. Anderson suddenly started coughing violently, his body shaking uncontrollably. Blood trickled from the corner of his mouth, and his eyes began to roll back. Mark Anderson screamed, "Grandpa! Grandpa! Crystal, what did you do? This is a disaster." Crystal's face was pale, but she now understood the root of the problem. Rex Hunter waved his hand dramatically and took out his own special needles. Little lady, step aside. I will bring the old man back from the dead. Grandpa is still alive, Crystal said firmly, then grabbed a needle and plunged it directly into a critical acupoint. As expected, with that one needle, Mr. Anderson's condition immediately stabilized, though he remained unconscious. Rex Hunter was shocked. The young woman's technique with that last needle was completely different from before. She had suddenly become bold, and her aim was incredibly precise. As she was about to insert another needle, Rex Hunter's hand, hidden in his sleeve, prepared to flick something. I had been watching that guy the whole time. The moment I saw the look in his eyes and saw his hand draw back to gather force, my heart sank. Crap, he's about to pull a dirty trick. I didn't think twice. I went straight over and grabbed Rex Hunter's arm. Rex, my man. Rex jumped, startled. What is it? Nothing. I just think you're really handsome. Thanks. You're welcome. Crystal had heard my inner monologue and was startled, but at this critical moment in her treatment, she couldn't lose focus. Glancing back slightly, she saw the shape of Rex Hunter's hand as he prepared to interfere. Then I moved, blocking her view and in doing so, blocking Rex's hand. After Crystal inserted the 2 needles, Mr. Anderson's complexion gradually returned to a healthy pink, and within half a minute, he opened his eyes. Crystal, it's so good to have you here, my dear. Don't leave this time. Stay here in Aspen. Grandpa, just focus on getting better. Mr. Anderson, having recovered a bit, asked, Where's Ethan? Where's my dear grandson? I quickly leaned in. Godfather. Ethan, my boy, why does my hand hurt so much? I looked down and saw that from all my slapping and hitting, I had turned the old man's hand red. It's nothing, just improving your circulation. Rex Hunter was furious. He was only halfway through his showboating, and it was always cut short. Damn you, Ethan Carter, why are you everywhere? I turned around and saw Rex glaring at me, and Mark Anderson was glaring at me too. Grandpa favors that Carter kid too much. I, Mark Anderson, am your real grandson. I thought, my God, I have to get out of here. The only person here who likes me is a half-dead old man. Everyone else wants to kill me. Rex Hunter wants to kill me because I'm getting in the way of his romantic pursuits. Mark Anderson wants to kill me because his grandfather dotes on me. Crystal Sterling has looked down on me since we were kids, and today she's acting like she's on something, looking like she wants to strangle me. I have to get out of here, fast. Hearing this, Crystal smiled to herself, but then she remembered how he had just rushed out to help her, and a strange warmth spread through her heart. This guy, he wasn't so heartless after all. Just then, Greg came up to me and whispered nervously in my ear, Mr. Carter, something big has happened. You need to get to the pharmaceutical plant right away. I was shocked. Trouble at the plant? I was already desperate to leave, so I quickly said my goodbyes and fled the Anderson estate. Walking down the path outside the Anderson estate, I asked nervously, "What is it?" Greg's face was pale as he glanced around nervously. "Let's talk in the car." I understood. This was serious. At that moment, Crystal also received the news. She was furious and chased right after us, catching up to me and Greg. Greg immediately shut his mouth and looked at Crystal nervously. I was still dazed and completely out of the loop. "Well, hello, Crystal. Why the rush? Is something wrong?" Crystal stared at my expression with a stern face, thinking, this guy is such a good actor. He embezzled the money for the raw materials, causing an entire batch of medicine to not match the formula, and now he's acting like he knows nothing. Crystal smiled, a smile as sharp as a hidden knife. "Ethan, has anything major been happening at the plant recently?" I saw Greg frantically winking at me and quickly said, "Nothing major. Don't worry. If anything comes up, I'll handle it. Why is this girl out here? Where's Rex Hunter? Aren't they supposed to be out having coffee, discussing medicine by now? Why is the female lead following me? Why is a member of Rex Hunter's harem so fixated on me? The matter at the plant must be important. I have to solve it." Crystal was taken aback. From the looks of it, this guy really didn't know the specifics of the situation at the plant. Could it be that he wasn't the one who took the money? Crystal thought for a moment, then smiled. "Ethan, it's been over a year since we've seen each other, hasn't it? Has it? Aha, time flies, doesn't it?" As the wheels of history roll over our bygone youth, Crystal was about to gag. This guy was getting more and more disgusting. She forced a smile and opened her arms. "Then how about a hug?" My head was spinning. I had too many problems and didn't know which one to tackle first. I had ruined Rex Hunter's plans twice in one day, so I was probably on his blacklist. That damn Chloe was inexplicably insisting on getting engaged to me, and I had to resolve that mess quickly to avoid getting entangled with that beast Rex Hunter. And now Crystal, this female lead, was also going off script, acting weird and clingy. But the most urgent thing right now was the pharmaceutical plant. We're talking about medicine. If something goes wrong, it's a huge deal. And now this little vixen wants a hug? What the hell? A hug? What's that about? Who is she playing with? Just then, I saw Mark Anderson and Rex Hunter walking out. Rex's eyes instantly met mine. A grimace formed on my lips. Wasn't I screwed again? Rex's eyes narrowed. It's this guy again, ruining my plans. I quickly feigned composure. What was this about a hug? I quickly said in a loud voice, "Hey, Rex, my man, you're just in time." You see, Crystal was a bit hot-headed just now, but she actually really admires your medical skills. You two should find a coffee shop and have a good chat. You're both passionate about medicine, so you'll definitely have a lot to talk about. I've got something to do, so see you later, bye. I turned to make a quick escape. This is all I can do to help you two. I wish you a happy life together. Just leave me out of it. You're a match made in heaven, and I'm just a piece of crap. All right, I have to go now, or Rex Hunter will start looking for trouble. Crystal glanced back at Rex Hunter, snorted contemptuously, and then turned and grabbed the corner of my shirt. "Ethan, don't go. Ever since we were little, haven't you always given me a hug before you leave?" My eyes widened as I stared at this petite girl in shock. Crystal looked like a little pixie, with a stunningly beautiful face and big, bright eyes like black gems. But in them, I saw a hint of triumph, a touch of cunning, a trace of ferocity, and even a sliver of malice. She was doing this on purpose. Of course, Crystal was doing it on purpose. I had thoroughly pissed her off. She had heard most of my thoughts and realized I was convinced she would throw herself at Rex Hunter. And why should she? Crystal was fired up now. "So, you're afraid of Rex Hunter, are you? Whatever you're afraid of, that's exactly what I'm going to do, just to make your life miserable." My eyes filled with hostility and shock as I slowly pushed Crystal's hand away. This damn girl is trying to screw me over. It's like she knows I'm terrified of Rex Hunter, so she's doing this on purpose. Absolutely on purpose. Crystal had to bite back a laugh. She kept the pitiful, innocent look plastered on her face, but her eyes were dancing with mischief, as if to say, "That's right, I'm doing this on purpose." I never thought I'd see the day the great Ethan Carter was actually afraid of someone. How amusing. And today, I'm going to scare you half to death.